Aerodrome Finance price update. The fun is about to start. My name is Mike Madz. Let's start this video. Before we start the video, as always, AERO community, make some noise, like, comment, subscribe. Every single type of engagement matters. The more the better. The more people engage, the more people are going to see the video, the better it's going to be for Aerodrome growth. Alright? Thank you, appreciate you. Let's start. Alright, let's stop wasting time. Let's jump straight into it, especially here as Aerodrome had a crazy move here, beating most altcoins over 100% here from the bottom. As just to add here, full transparency, I did not expect this move. As you might have noticed here in my last videos, I was pretty bearish here at the lows, as most people were bearish, and suddenly everybody's bullish and pretending they bought the dip. So don't get it twisted, most people were in this bearish state, but this move is absolutely impressive here for Aerodrome, and I'm personally surprised by it. But this is exactly why I always told you, keep your Aerodrome position if you can handle the volatility, but always have a cash position in order to reap benefits if we should dip lower. And this is usually the best strategy. If you would have followed this strategy, you are sitting pretty good right now. Taking a look today, we're going to cover bullish metrics here. Very, very bullish metrics for Aerodrome that look very promising here for the near future, and especially for the price action and current price action of Aerodrome. What happened here in the last couple of days and what to expect here in the next couple of months, and what's next for Aerodrome. What can we prepare for? How can we prepare for the next move, and what to expect here, and when to take profits here for Aerodrome. Starting off with the bullish metrics from a post here from Patrick Scott. Here, Aerodrome's TVL and volume both jumped to all-time highs in the recent days. Keep in mind this was posted yesterday. This jumped to all-time highs here, despite the fact that most people think Aerodrome is inflationary, Aerodrome is this and that. Most people were bearish here at the lows, but as you can see here, TVL speaks volumes. TVL says it all. This product is being used, people are using it, and the numbers don't lie. And as I always tell you guys, make use of Aerodrome, you earn yield, and this is how it's intended to be used. This is how you're going to benefit the most. As you can see here, the team has been building non-stop this year, and it's showing in this number. Pretty simple here. One of key metrics I like to take a look at, especially in bear markets, guys. Always take a look at TVL to see if the project here is going to survive the bear market or the project is going to simply dwindle down. As of Aerodrome, super impressive. Taking a look here from a post from Jesse himself, Aerodrome crossed $2 billion in on-chain finance on base year. Not Aerodrome, sorry, we're talking about base year. But again, we are bullish on Aerodrome because we're bullish on base, and we're bullish on base because we're bullish on the entire Coinbase ecosystem. This of course is absolutely stunning here, especially for Aerodrome. As base grows, liquidity will flow into Aerodrome. Pretty simple, and this is just simply how it goes. Okay, so here also absolutely impressive chart. We are at all-time highs. Briefly, very briefly, just a couple of days after this bearish trend. So very promising, especially for holding Aerodrome. I think we have a nice couple months here ahead if some things don't repeat and if we don't dip lower. Of course, many things can happen here, but in the long term, absolutely optimistic on Aerodrome. Taking a look at this one right here. On top of all of that, you can see here that big boys, big players, whales are accumulating Aerodrome here, buying into AERO, big buy orders here, accumulating as much AERO as possible. So the whales are entering again. Retail is going to come last, guys. This is not the real alt season yet, and retail, like real retail here, let's say, because of course you and me are also retail, but the amateur retail is not even here yet, so this comes on top. But as of now, whales are accumulating at those prices, and this is absolutely promising. As once retail comes here towards the end of the cycle, this is where this parabola price action comes into play, and this is where we're going to reach those price targets I always keep talking about. Okay, so taking a look at the price action here, as you can see from the bottom here, we had the best case scenario. As I said here, the best case scenario was to bounce off those levels. I'm surprised by it. Okay, guys, I'm surprised by it, but also I've learned one thing here. I tend to be bearish at lows. Same thing happened here last year with Solana. I was expecting Solana to drop a little bit lower. I had exposure. Same thing happened again. So big learning for me. I'm bearish towards the lows, which doesn't really make sense. And that, of course, sometimes it makes sense, but here I was wrong here. This is just simply truth. But again, even though I was wrong, I told you can wait until we push above the bull market support band and then enter, and you still have a nice profit margin here. But of course, you missed out on a big chunk here of this move. But either way, so from the bottom here, we're up over 160%, guys. absolutely crazy. And this is why you are in crypto here. You are not in crypto for 20-30%. You are in crypto for those kind of gains here, because otherwise you just simply invest into stocks. Again, super impressive. So now, right now, we are above the bull market support band. So we have this going for us. This is bullish. Are we going to retest it here? Possible. So the worst case is a retest of the bull market support band, which would be around the level of 80 cents. Keep it in mind, it doesn't have to happen, but it will be healthy if it happens, because usually if we extend too further out here of the bull market support band, the next correction is going to be much harder, and it's going to be harder to hold the bull market support band, as it's going to be a steeper decline. Usually, of course, not always. But again, the worst case scenario right now, retesting this bull market support band at around the level of 80 cents. Keep in mind, this band slowly but surely will start trending upwards again. So of course, this number can change. So if you are sidelined, if you have hope left here, there is a possibility, of course, of another big dip. Nothing is guaranteed, but it is definitely possible. Another level to take a look at here, we are finally above $1. This was a big psychological level where we kept fighting and kept getting rejected out of it. So super, super interesting time to be in. Of course, next story or next step here is going to be the all-time high, and this is where the price discovery is going to kick in, and this is where the real fun will begin. Especially if you bought up on the top here, your time most probably will come. Of course, if everything stays bullish here, especially if the macro here, especially with stocks, each day they're printing a new all-time high. If this stays intact, of course, crypto is going to stay healthy and everything is going to be just fine. Okay, taking a look at Bitcoin here, because again, Bitcoin dictates the way, and we'll have to take a look at where a possible rejection or where a possible inflection point for Bitcoin might be. And this is just simply this downtrend here, or this trend line right here. We are getting close to it, and most probably this will act as huge resistance, and most probably this will be rejected from the first try. Okay, not guaranteed. Of course, if the market stays extremely bullish and the inflows, ETF inflows, stay this high as they are right now, of course we can push through at the first try. But I would expect, just logically, for the first test here to be rejected. Okay, so keep that in mind. And of course, as Bitcoin comes down, altcoins also slowly start to come down. But again, also with Bitcoin here, Bitcoin is finally above its bull market support band, super bullish. So we are back into a bullish trend. But now we really have to break the structure here. We have a first higher low, higher high, but we didn't yet break the structure. Once we break the structure, this is where the road to new all-time highs will begin. So keep that in mind, okay? Taking a look at what's next for Aerodrome, okay? What is next, what to expect? I have to add one important thing here. We are not even in the alt season yet, okay? Believe it or not, yes, many altcoins are finally starting to perform, finally after years, finally moving above their lows here. So this is a good sign, but the real altcoin season is not even here yet. Most probably this will start next year, early next year, and this is where the parabolic fun begins. And this is where we can see Aerodrome hitting those 10, 15. Let's see where it goes here, price predictions. And this is not here yet, so keep your bag, okay? Take profits along the way, because we can all be wrong here. If you are in a substantial profit right now, I think it makes sense to take some off the table just to be ready here. If we pull back, maybe to double down, or just to have cash in your hand, because cash will be super important here in the next couple years as a recession is still looming. And the recessions are a great opportunity for cash buyers here to buy real estate, buy whatever you want. So make sure to build a cash position, not financial advice. Take profit if you are in a substantial amount of gain here. If not, if you still want to wait it out, and if you're here for the long term, of course, we still usually should have a couple months to go in this bull market. Some people think this is just only the beginning. Again, I don't think that, okay? Bitcoin is still here above 66K, and we started off at 15K or something, if I remember correctly. So we're not at the beginning of the bull market. Don't get it twisted. Make sure to start timing your exits, super important. But we, of course, we still have lots of room to grow here for altcoins. We should still have many months here left in the cycle, okay? Not financial advice. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And let's ride this wave together. But at the end of the day, guys, as always, the most important thing is do your own research. Super important. Be bullish on yourself. That yields the most returns. And the most important thing is, as always, don't get wrecked.
This is God given, not from blue tops like Mars Simpson. Just hard discipline, pot simmering, cooking up, no rocks in the pan. Watching the plane form in the sand, bidding castles out of thoughts in our head. Late nights, no sleep in my bed, trying to see my dreams manifest. Look at that, now look at that, we nice. put the pass on